At the moment, there's a statement coming in from Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan from Kerala on the SIR Phase 2. The announcement by the Central Election Commission that a special intensive revision of the electoral rolls will be implemented in states including Kerala is a challenge to the democratic process. So, of course, Pinarayi Vijayan training his guns at the Election Commission, just like other opposition-ruled states, whether it is Tamil Nadu or even Bengal. The Election Commission is preparing to conduct a radical revision based on the list of 2002 to 2004 instead of the existing electoral rolls. According to the Representation of the People Act 1950 and the Voters Registration Act 1960, the electoral rolls should be updated based on the existing list. That's a point, in fact, being raised by Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister of Kerala, that why are they referring to the list of 2002 to up until 2004, and why isn't the existing list being used by the Election Commission for this mammoth exercise that is now going to be taking place pan-India. They will be conducting this radical revision based on the list of 2002 up until 2004 instead of the existing electoral rolls. So the opposition now raising questions, why aren't they referring to the existing electoral rolls? According to the Representation of the People Act of 1950, which has also been quoted by the Kerala CM, the Voters Registration Act of 1960, the electoral rolls should be updated based on the existing list, and which is the primary accusation now coming in from Kerala, that to the Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, who's raising that question, a very valid one indeed. Let's quickly go across to Arunima, who's joining us with more details on that news story. So Arunima, take us through how important this question that's being raised by Pinarayi Vijayan. What is the explanation that you're learning from the Election Commission in terms of why aren't existing electoral rolls being referred to?
So what the Election Commission of India, the full commission, the CEC, yesterday when he was asked repeatedly about these objections from various opposition leaders, including Kerala, he said we are following the Constitution. The Constitution gives the Election Commission the mandate to carry out special intensive revision. The cut-off date is being taken for 2003. Anyone who has turned 18 between 2002 and 2004 will be covered in this SIR, because the existing law says that if you are born before 1987, then you will be a citizen of this country. So from 1987, if you count 18 years, that's the period that we are looking at, from 2002 to 2004. And because this has evidentiary value, to quote CEC Ganesh Kumar, that's why this cut-off date and this aspect of SIR has been accepted. Supreme Court too has opined, CEC quoted, that SIR is well within the rights of the Election Commission of India, and therefore there is no problem per se. But yes, there is another question for Kerala which was repeatedly asked, is that Kerala local body elections are due as well, just like Maharashtra. So Maharashtra is not featuring in SIR 2.0, but Kerala is. To that, CEC said that because Kerala has not notified local body elections yet. So in spite of all the objections, Election Commission is convinced that it is on the right constitutional path.
All right, let's quickly go across to Neetu Regukumar, also who's joining us on the phone line with more input. So Neetu, if you can expand a bit on the Chief Minister's attack with regards to why does he want that they should not be referring to the 2002 to 2004 electoral rolls, instead it should be the existing ones.
Yes, see, the Chief Minister has issued a detailed statement saying that this is a challenge to the democratic process, and preparing to conduct a radical revision based on the 2002-2004 instead of the existing rolls. It is. They say that according to the Representation of the People Act and Voters Registration Act, the electoral rolls should be updated based on the existing list. And the insistence on implementing the SIR immediately, despite the state election officer himself having informed that SIR is impossible when local body elections are about to be held in Kerala, casts doubt on the Election Commission. So that is what the Chief Minister is saying. Even after the Chief Electoral Officer of the state had informed the state's conditions, stating that you need time, defer it at least till the local body polls are over. But even then, they did not listen, and that casts doubt. He also went on to say that Kerala is the only state that has passed a resolution in its assembly against the SIR, and all those who are interested in protecting democracy should respond in a united manner against the second phase of SIR. He goes on to attack the Election Commission, saying that the Commission should refrain from decisions that affect its credibility, and institutions like the Election Commission should not be allowed to become puppets of the ruling party at the center. So attack directly on the Election Commission, saying that they are working at the hands of the ruling front. Even when the state have communicated the issue, they are not listening to it and basing it on 2002, 2004. So that is what the Congress had also taken opposition in the state, asking why this, because in 2019, 2021 and 2024 you had elections. So are you saying that the elections were not done on a proper electoral roll?
All right, stay with me, Neetu. Let me quickly bring in Arunima also on that note. Arunima, as much as the opposition ruled states may want to accuse the credibility of the Election Commission, what is it that the Supreme Court has particularly stated when it comes to the Representation of People Act 1950 or even the Voters Registration Act of 1960?
So two things. The Supreme Court has upheld the Election Commission of India's right to carry out special intensive revision. Even the petitioners said that they are not objecting to EC's right to carry out SIR. That is something that is allowed under the various laws, under the Representations of People's Act, under various constitutional position. The objection was to the timeline that was being given. 3-month timeline that the Election Commission of India had given to carry out the SIR exercise here in Bihar. Petitioners in Supreme Court said that that was too less, but because the SIR, entire SIR phase 1 in Bihar has ended successfully, Election Commission says that there is zero appeal as far as SIR here is concerned, which shows that 7.5 crore voters are with the EC and there's no voter concern in Bihar. That's exactly the template they're following for the rest of the country as well, saying whatever political parties might say, that's part of their politics, but this is something that the Supreme Court has given us the right to do. There's no stay on SIR either in Bihar or in Pan-India, and the request first of the Supreme Court and subsequently the order that Aadhaar also be taken as a document, that too is being included, but Aadhaar will only be a document of identity. You will have to give additional documents to prove citizenship and date of birth.